sometimes life's okay.
I ran my mouth off a bit too much. What did I say?
Well, you just laughed it off and it was all okay. And we'll all float on, okay.
And we'll all float on, okay.
We'll all float on, okay.
And we'll all float on anyway, well.
A fake Jamaican took every last dime with that scam.
It was worth it just to learn some sleight of hand.
Bad news comes, don't you worry, even when it lands.
Good news will work away all them plans.
We both got fired on the same day.
And we'll float on good news, it's on.
And we'll all float on, okay.
And we'll all float on, okay.
What's up, Belly?
We'll all float on, okay, yeah.
Can you hear me? What's up, dude? Can you hear me?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It is the Voice of Onewheel, and we have got a huge show for you today. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you came ready, because I got a big panel, and they're ready to hang out with you. Look at these guys, ready to go. Hanging out. I see them. I got Bob Nicholson. I got John Stock. I got Belly, of course. Don't forget, Colorado Caddy in the house, and of course, Ky Miller. If you need any ink, today is the day for you. But I hope you don't have a beard, folks, because I certainly do not, and it feels fucking good. Hi, everybody. This is the Voice of Onewheel, and we're happy to be back with you. So we're going to get to our panel in just a second, but I want to paint a picture for you if I can. Hello, welcome in the social media lounge. Hold on, should I just do this? I feel like I should do this today. Welcome in the social media lounge for all of you who are watching. Hopefully on YouTube, looks like we've got that fixed, and of course on the Facebook group, the Onewheel Owners group. That's always a blast to get in there and you watch us there, or wherever you do consume the show. We do appreciate you guys spending some time with us every single Wednesday at noon Eastern right here at TTR Studios. So I'd like to, if I can, paint a little picture for you. I want to, if I can, first of all, have Lyle mute himself in my ear, unless you need that. Lyle, do you need some? Look at him just laughing at me as I'm trying to start smooth. Get out of here, all of you guys. No, they're so ready, and I'm so glad that they're here. But I wanted to paint a picture for you guys first because something happened to me the other day, and it reminded me of a friend of mine. Now, my friend was driving in his car, and this was back in high school. And you know when you're just feeling it just a little bit too much, a song comes on, whatever that song is, and it's just like, ooh, baby, time for me to roll. It just speaks to you. He's 16, he's driving, and here he is. Bah, 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 bah. There was a moment that he tells the story where he just was feeling it. He was like, and you, and you, and you, and pointing to nobody, and bam, hit a curb, up the curb, smacked into a post. Now, that's 16-year-old friend of mine. And that story has lived on in glory because it's just when you're feeling it and you stop paying attention and you're just all up in your thoughts and you're a rock star for a minute, and that's usually when something bad happens. And so I wanted to throw that out there because that's the first thing. Panel, before I get to you, I want to let you know the first thing we're going to be discussing is John Stock. I'm coming to you first. The first thing we will be discussing is your worst spill because mine happened just 3 days ago. Now, I wasn't in a car driving. No, I was actually on my one wheel and I was cruising around And I have just moved into this new area, and it was really my first real exploratory ride. It was like 7:30 at night. It was chill. It was cool outside, and it's really been beautiful weather out here on the East Coast and in DC. So I just wanted to go kind of explore, and for whatever reason, I did not listen to the same show that we put out last week. I didn't have a helmet on, I didn't have any pads on, I didn't have any gear on, I had nothing. I was just headphones like this, and I'm cold chilling. Panel, they can't hear you yet, but just nod if you feel me. Sometimes you've gone out there, and you just want to get a chill ride. So I'm doing that, and it's unfamiliar territory, and I see as I'm cruising. Now, I want you to understand, what I did was the equivalent of sprinting at full speed on the concrete, jumping midair at full speed, and like sliding baseball style into second base, where your foot is tucked in. But imagine doing that at full speed on concrete. Okay, so John Stock, I see Ky Miller, I see all them, Bob Nicholson, we're coming to you, Colorado Caddy as well. I want to get you guys in here because what happened to me, and I'm going to ask you about your worst spill to start things off, is I was coming in at about 13 to 15 miles an hour, which is human sprinting, and I saw two girls at the corner of a sidewalk where you enter a sidewalk, and they weren't looking at all. They're like 13. I'm not trying to impress them. I'm just showing off and being silly, and they weren't looking at all, and one of them turns and she sees me, and I just went, whoa! I pointed to her like I'm coming in hot, and she starts laughing, and she grabs her friend. She goes, get out of the way, right? So they clear, and there's really only about this much room for me to get through, and part of it is like an upslope from like the sidewalk, and that's where I hit. The board goes out from under me at 15 miles an hour, and within 2 seconds, my left leg curls in, and I'm baseball sliding on the pavement. They're over here like 2 seconds with me, like, oh my God, are you okay? They're freaking out. They're probably never going to forget this in their life. And so I wanted to ask to our group, do you have anything that rivals that? Because right now I'm hobbling around. I've been off the board for 3 days, and I want to hear about your worst spills. And maybe we'll go to John first, because it looks like he's ready to go. So John Stock, give it to me. What is your worst spill that you've taken on a one wheel so far?
I'll just give you the three. One was I broke my ankle when we rode together the first time we ever met. And that was like the first 15 minutes of riding with you, I had broken my ankle. And I continued to ride for the rest of the summer. So that was pretty bad. Later that year, I got hit by a car crossing the street. And then just recently, I had a one wheel climb up my leg and free spin on my leg. That wound got infected, and I spent 3 weeks off board because I was on antibiotics.
Now that's what I was going to ask you guys about, how you take care of it. That's a good start. Let's go to Bob Nicholson out in California. Bob, tell me about your worst spill, man. What is it? Are you okay? I hope you're all right. Bob Nicholson out in California.
Hey, what's up? I've had probably 3 good falls. 2 of them were back when I was on my plus because they were underpowered, and I used to ride before they even added pushback. So I did, I think 18.9 and then another one at 21.3. I've never really been hurt, fortunately, really bad to where I have to go to the hospital or anything. So, and I ride extremely fast most of the time, so it's kind of surprising, but you know, I guess I'm lucky.
Well, Bob, tell me, have you ever hit in the hospital? You never got in the hospital, is that what you just said?
No, yeah. I've never been hurt like really bad. I've just lost some skin.
Yeah.
You know, I usually pad up pretty well.
Yeah.
Wintertime I wear like a Kevlar lined motorcycle jacket with pads everywhere, so if you fall, it really doesn't do much. You
ride for the slide, or you dress for the slide, not for the ride, is what I've been told. Let's go out to Belly. I want to hear from Belly. Belly, get in here before we get into Ky Miller. Belly, what's your worst spill? Did I witness it just the other day?
No, that was not even close to my worst spill. I mean, that was just a classic dummy move. But no, my worst spill, I was going about like 20 miles an hour on my pint, which, you know, they're not really built for. And I was at a sustained high speed for a little bit. And then my backpack strap broke because it was carrying like 12 beers in there coming home from the brewery. And it turned into me going forward, sliding on my arm, hyperextending my shoulder out a little bit, and or at least it went some way it wasn't supposed to, and it was sore for a few weeks. But Still full rotation. I could throw a pitch with my left arm, not very well, but I can still do it. But overall, nothing too serious so far, luckily, and always have a helmet on, that's for sure.
You're darn right you do. Let's go to Ky Miller. Ky in Ohio, what's going on, man?
Oh, we gotta unmute him. We gotta unmute him. I told Lyle we gotta unmute him.
We good?
There he is.
Got it.
Yeah, there he is. Ky Miller, tell me about your worst fall, dude.
Mine actually happened last year at Float Life Fest, unfortunately. So we were having a group ride, and we were getting ready to take off. We were having a little huddle, doing a little safety meeting, and everybody took off down the sidewalks of Asheville. And I'm what Bob calls a pavement princess. I like to do like 15, 20 mile an hour when I'm on cement, but I take it a little easy once I get on all-terrain. And I came into a parking lot and I saw everybody spread out, so I assumed it was a clear lot, and it was darkly lit, and I just hit it max speed, and I hit a speed bump, and I didn't see it, and before I knew it, I was head over heels and going backwards and smashed both my wrists, and I was supposed to tattoo a lot of people last year at Float Life Fest, and because of my injuries to both wrists, I wasn't able to do that. So
I think I talked over you saying you weren't able to tattoo a whole lot of people. I know you are one. John, tell me, since you've been injured, probably more than any of us here, and you're also somebody who focuses on body health. You send it like a crazy person. I know you. I've ridden with you. You are insane on a one wheel, and I envy you. I wish I had that ability to send. But I was going to say, like, why would you tell somebody who's, you see these posts all the time in the owners group or any group, oh, should I get a one wheel? I'm afraid of falling. Like, we fall all the time. What would you say to somebody who's, like, worried about these injuries?
Well, I mean, I kind of had this brought to my face the other day, which is, not everybody has the same level of comfortability that I do with everything. So I can't really look at anyone else and say, hey, your fear is invalid. If I wasn't as graceful at falling as I was, or had like my lifetime of being on a board and falling off one, I don't know if I'd still be walking right now. So some of these fears may very well be warranted. And I know that's probably not the most exciting answer, but it's true.
I appreciate it. Let's see what Bob says. Bob's got a shop where he talks to new riders, I'm sure, all the time from Bob's Stoke Shop. Bob, tell us about your experiences in the shop and what people ask you. What do you tell them when they're a little bit nervous about riding? Maybe should I sell it? Like after their first fall, what's your experience been there?
Mainly I tell them, these are for cruising, not for breaking the land speed record, which is kind of the opposite way of I ride. But, when you first start riding, you need to learn how you need to just learn the nuances of the board. And if you're trying to go over 20 miles an hour day one, you're going to eat it hard. And that's the main problem I've seen with new riders. They just want to go really fast, or they come from Eskater and they think they can go 30 miles an hour, and then they end up breaking their collarbone in like first 100 miles.
Hey, that's a really good point. Colorado Caddy's sitting there right now. We're going to have him speak to that. So he's not on yet. He's today's interview. He's our Eskater specialist. He's going to speak to that in just a minute. But first, Lyle, can you tell me what's going on in the social media lounge? Because I hear we've got some comments that we need to hear here.
Yeah, Andrew Williams said Jonathan Stock has 6 lives left.
Yeah, okay, so we're giving up 3. Very good. John,
what you don't know is he started with 40.
Very good, very good. Ky Miller, what do you tell people out there when they're freaking out? Do I get a new board? Should I sell it? Should I get a one wheel?
I've had a lot of people lately in my area that have just recently started picking up boards. So when they come to me for advice, they ask if it's easy. I just tell them it's as hard as you want to make it and as easy as you want to make it. So if you ride like an idiot, you're going to get hurt like an idiot. And if you ride cautiously, you're going to learn your board, and you're going to, slowly evolve with the board, and you just got to respect it.
So, Ky, we all have ink on this call, except, I believe, Belly. Can you tell him why he needs a tattoo and why it needs to come from you?
Belly, you need to get your belly sprayed, bro. That's what you gotta do. You gotta get filled in.
Yeah. Problem is, I got too much hair. It'll cover it up, man.
That much better.
I'll have too much hair. It'll cover it up, man. It'll cover it up.
Well, the hair just adds to the texture of the tattoo. You just
God.
get something that works
That's a
with
canvas waiting to be painted.
Oh yeah.
Bob, do you have any ink? Do we have Bob Nicholson? Does he have any ink?
I've got some.
What do you got? Show me.
Joe, I got a scorpion. I'm too tan. I couldn't get colored tattoos.
Oh, Mr.
Yeah,
California.
must be nice over there. John Stock, best tattoo. Show the camera. What do you got, man? I need to see it.
So this is the rooster. There's a few jokes here. There's cock size my arm. The biggest one here that you'll notice is that there's a rooster here with 2 blue Benoit balls in his claws. So it is a cock and blue balls tattoo.
What's happening today? Ky, best tattoo. Actually, well, yeah, show off your favorite tattoo.
My best tattoo, probably my favorite is my panther. I have a panther morphing out of a rose on the side of my head.
Wow.
Other than that, I have my favorite one I'd say would be this 3-eyed jackalope that I have. It's a really well done tattoo.
Dude, I dig it. I dig it. Colorado Caddy, get in here. I need to get him in here. If we're talking tattoos, he needs to get in. What's your best one, man? Which one do you want to highlight?
I don't know. Probably my throat. The Cadillac crest on my throat. It took a while, and there's a hell of a lot of detail in it. So I'm super stoked with that one.
I don't want to be the guy who's like, okay, hold on. I'm sure everybody asks this question, but can you just, on the scale of 1 to 10, can I know the pain of a throat tat?
I mean, on the sides of the neck, honestly, and Ky can probably vouch for this, the sides of the neck are a little bit more tender. A lot more is just breathing. It's more of a pain in the ass for the artist than it is for the person that's getting tattooed.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, it sucks, but...
No, we'll take it. And the reason I wanted to ask these guys about tats, thank you, sir. I've got an idea for one, and so I wanted to throw it to the group and see if maybe we could put it out there, and if this is lame or if this is okay. What do you guys think? I think we've got a good panel for this, but I've seen some people asking for one-wheel tattoo ideas. I was riding with somebody, and let's go. I want to see gallery view. Can I just gallery view these guys? Yeah. All right. So I was riding and with a friend, and she was behind me, okay? And I have a certain thing that I do. Can I stand up? I'm wired in like 1,000 different ways. When I ride, I go like this. I put my arms out, and I float like this, right? So I'm just floating like this. So from behind, it's just like me on a one-wheel like this. And she was like, you should tattoo, that should be your tattoo, like you kind of like flying, but on a one-wheel. And I was like, man, that would be kind of cool, but I'm worried that it'll be... I mean, I was born Catholic, but I'm not super religious, and I'm really worried that's just going to come across as a cross. Thoughts? Ky Miller.
Yeah.
Should I get this tattoo?
Of a cross?
Of you as a cross?
Me like this. This is how I one-wheel. I one-wheel with my arms out.
Oh yeah.
So it's me floating like this.
Get the cover
should totally
for the
do a
Titanic.
silhouette of you on a one wheel with your arms out. Yeah,
Absolutely.
It'd be an updated Jesus on the one wheel.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if I feel comfortable holding down that kind of a tattoo. I feel like it's very sumptuous. John Stock, what do you got?
You don't want to do is do the exact same pose, but with the cross-legged like then
Yes.
you're just, into a totally
The Buffalo
different
Bill?
movie and different.
Buffalo Bill on a one wheel?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, there's no way I'm putting Luch anywhere tattooed on my body.
First one of you to get a tattoo of me gets a t-shirt. Sure. It'll probably never get to you because Clyde sucks. All right, very good panel. So I don't want to let you guys go yet. John, you are the founder of Fishbones, and I've got one of the founders, and then of course I've got here. Let's do that. And then of course I've got Bob Nicholson with the Stoke Shop. So let's start with John. Tell us what's going on with the Fishbones and what's new. What can we expect? Is there any news with you guys?
Got a ton of new stuff. We're having someone else fulfill our ordering, so you can expect same day shipped out. It's from a different location, so we're in a little bit of a transition. We've got a brand new full-length product that goes all the way down to the screw holes for people who don't like light fenders or split fenders. And we also have a product for the pint called the Man Array, which makes your pint pad about 5 millimeters less wide than an XR pad. So it adds an insane amount of stability to your ride overall, which we're very, very excited
That's cool. Dope.
Awesome.
I dig it. From
That's
the.
it. And also,
No, go ahead.
oh, and also we have the One Wheel Mob Shop here in Colorado, and we are doing all sorts of crazy and cool stuff to boards here.
Yeah, I want to get back to that. First, from the social media lounge, hit me, Lyle. What's going on? What are they saying?
So John Ross said, just make sure your head is turned the right way for your tattoo.
Oh.
And Taylor on the One Wheel, Taylor Kelly said, dang, it's a party in Voice of Onewheel today, and I couldn't agree more with her.
Oh, it always is. Thank you, Taylor, out there in Colorado, too, representing the mob. Bob's Stoke Shop has been around for how long, Bob? How long have you been in service? And what's new with you guys?
I believe in August it'll be exactly a year. I mean, I've been fixing boards for like almost 2 years, but I really didn't get serious about it till about a year ago. And yeah, we got a lot of big things happening with Stoke Life Services. We're bringing in a bunch of new shops from all over the world. We got, we just brought in Lyle with Stoke Blokes. The guy that started Stoke Life Services, he's just had a lot of personal changes in his life, and he needed some admins to help. So we're going to be revamping everything, the site, and just trying to help the community as much as we possibly can.
I know there's a lot of people who appreciate it, man. They really, like Lyle is excited to be a part of that group. Anybody who needs to get their board fixed and changed, a tire change to a bearing swap to, I don't know, maybe you've got a bad BMS, like whatever it is, these guys will help you out, and it's not something that you have to send in your board and now have to wait, I don't know, a month, 6 weeks to get it fixed. Sometimes, there's claimed water damage when clearly there hasn't been. Your warranty isn't pretty much worth anything, so there's another option out there, and that's the Stoke Life Service. What are you guys called?
StokeLifeService.com.
Bang, StokeLifeService.com. But the thing is, if you're going to go and get your boards dressed up all nice, you've of course got to dress yourself up, and you're going to do that with Swerve clothing. So, Ky Miller, do we have anything new?
Yeah, we do. We have lots of new things coming, so it's going to be really, really good here in the next couple of weeks. I'm in the process of rebuilding the website so it's user-friendly for tablets and iPhones. This past year of learning how to do online website, web design, shopping, things like that has been an experience. So trying to figure all that out has been an up and down roller coaster. But I'm excited. We've got a bunch of new products that are coming in the next couple of weeks. I'm also doing a new monthly pre-order for certain designs. So if I do a limited run on something, people have the option to jump on and pre-order prior to the drop, so they're guaranteed their design. Since I do limited release on some of my products, people get upset because certain sizes will sell out quickly. I'm trying to remedy that as much as possible. I'm sitting in the brand new Swerve Studios. We haven't really come up with a name for it yet, so we've been calling it Swerve Studios. But we acquired this space a couple months ago and have been remodeling it. And as you see my children zooming in the background. I
thought that was your assistants. Who are they? Can we get a little introduction here?
COO, CFO.
The CFO and the COO, yes.
This is Gavin, and this is Finley, my art director. So
what's up, you guys?
They do a lot to keep the Stoke positive around here, and at the same time, some of you may have seen their signatures on the invoices. They always like to be a part of the deal. So, but yeah, I'm excited, man, and I have a new challenge that I wanted to announce that I put out yesterday. And if anyone wants to jump on, we're doing a thing where it's called to swerve and collect. Where if you are on your daily ride and you take a trash bag with you and fill it up, we ask that you take a picture and throw it up on social media and hashtag it to swerve and collect. And on July 1st, we will select 3 people to get a special Stoke pack as a thank you.
Cool.
That's a great idea. All right.
Weekend, for sure.
They're all going nuts, and they should be. Everybody in the social media lounge should be too. I feel like I have one more question to ask before I get these guys out of here and get on to Colorado. Caddy, a former e-skate, dude, this guy came from the e-skate world. He's who we were talking about earlier, who just is speedster, ready to go. Can't get off his one wheel now, so can't wait to talk to this dude. He's waiting in the wings and ready to go. So we'll do that in just a second, but before we do, I'm gonna let these guys go on this. What do I have to do to get Belly a tattoo anywhere. Like how many views do I need to get to for this to happen? Belly, how many subscriptions? Let's do that. How many subscriptions on YouTube do I need before Ky Miller gets to come over to and tattoo? Well, you have to go to him.
No, I first of all, I'd go to Ky. I want to see Swerve shop. Second of all, I already have an idea of what I want because it's something I've always thought about getting. So it's
okay. So throw something out there right now and tell the people that when we get X amount of subscribers, right now we're at like 1275. So what? 2,500?
It doesn't even. I mean, we can do
$2,000?
subscribers absolutely. Get them all in. But,
$2,000. When we get to 2,000 subscribers, Belly's getting attacked, folks. I'm doing it. Are we doing it?
Hey, well, I'm down. I'll absolutely do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here.
I would absolutely do it.
He just said it.
Of the tattoo of a Onewheel out then.
I just don't want the silhouette of Luch on me. I just can't have that.
Show that group. I need to see everybody. Panel, very good. Thank you, everybody. Round of applause for all of them out there. They did an awesome job today. Thank you, John Stock with Fishbones, Belly, Matt LaBelle. We got Ky Miller with Swerve, Bob Mickelson from Bob's Stoke Shop. And, of course, Lyle is holding it down here. Ky Miller from Swerve. Man, it's good. All right, let's do it. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to get Lyle a chance to get all of them off the line so we can get just to our friend Colorado Caddy. And that's coming up next, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just 90 seconds. Please tell them. Awesome job. Okay, we're off and running. Today was a lot of fun. And I just wanted to thank you guys for, again, spending it with us. I want to do more of this. I want to just spend more time with more people. That's it. And I've got a fun idea that we've come up with. And so if we can, I'd like to come up and do a trivia night with all of you. That's what we're working on here at TTR Studios, a trivia night. Now I'm going to be debuting this in the DMV group because I can't do it. I don't want to start with a global trivia game of 1,000 people. We sit at about 1,000 per show because we have people listening from all over the place. And if you look at our numbers, I always wonder, like, is it a bad idea to have like our show in like 4 different places because there's like, 250 on each one, or 501 and 300 here and 200 here. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just keep watching, keep consuming. It's awesome. It allows us to do more, contribute to the Patreon. It allows us to do more. I'd like to get to the point where we can start spending this money that's coming in to other things than just studio fees. Right now, it pretty much just covers studio fees. I would love for it to cover more so that we can spread it around the community. So if you can, head over to patreon.com/TTR Studios LLC. We drop a patrons-only podcast at least once a week is what we're trying to go for, just a behind-the-scenes episode of what we did to get into the week. It's not every week, but we do have that there for you guys, and we just appreciate anybody who helps us make this happen. With that being said, I would like to chat with my friend, Mr. Colorado Caddy, but I want him to introduce himself because it sounds like he's going to do that better than I am. So you, sir, tell us what you got, who are you, and man, welcome to the show.
Oh, what's up? I'm super stoked to be here. My name on social media is Colorado Caddy. Real name's Gabriel. I come from e-skating. I've been e-skating now like 3 years. I'm super stoked to be part of that community and be so welcome into the Onewheel community. Well,
what brought you to this? Because as an e-skater, I'm sure I've seen a lot of you guys. I don't want to stereotype, but most people shit on the Onewheel from a e-skate perspective. So why did you feel like it was okay to come over to the dark side, and why have you stayed?
I've been very vocal about how I feel about the Eastgate community. The Eastgate community don't just shit on Onewheels; they shit on each other too. So it's kind of like a big pissing contest over there. I put in so much work in the Eastgate racing. I'm one of the top ranked riders. I'm not saying that to brag or nothing like that. I'm just saying my time to compete is when I'm on the racetrack. I'm not trying to compete at group rides. I'm not trying to compete within a community. I don't want to be better than anybody. I don't want to, nothing like that. I'd always really liked Onewheels. But I couldn't ride them at all.
Why?
The Stoke. Why couldn't I?
Yeah.
I couldn't get the hang of it.
Oh, okay. It just wasn't clicking. Okay.
Yeah, I would fall all the time, and every time I tried one, I would fall. But I really liked the vibe that I felt that came from the community when the one-wheel guys would come to my ride. And I finally got a hold of a one-wheel, Jonathan Scott. He's in Denver. I'm in Colorado Springs, and I started talking to him a bit. And he's a super good dude. All the guys up in Denver were super welcoming, got me involved in the community, and the riding is a blast. It's super fun. I mean, I can go race Eastgate and go fast at competitions. That's just not where I'm at on a daily basis all the time. I feel like Onewheels are super chill, and the community is a big part on why I'm staying and why I'm trying to get so involved. Like, the Stoke is so real with this shit, It's rad. It's great.
No, it is, and we'll get to that. But while he said he's in Colorado Springs, Belly, you know the song America the Beautiful, Purple Mountain Majesties? Oh, Amber Waves of Grain?
Yep.
He lives within 2 miles, I would imagine, from that Purple Mountain. I did radio out there. You're talking about Pikes Peak, is that right, Gabe?
Yeah.
So
I live right at the foot of the mountain.
Oh, you're in the foothills. So, dude, how's the riding? I've got to know. Like, you're out by the incline where there's you just steps all the way up. Can you ride down Pikes Peak on a one-wheel?
Dude, I'm like a mile from the incline. I rode all those trails back there, dude. I can't yet ride down some of those trails. I mean, there's dudes that can, but the riding up there is absolutely terrific.
Well, how long have you been riding? How long have you been riding on your one wheel?
I started riding Onewheels on February 17th, I think.
Dude, so you're just in that, butter. Yeah, he's in his butter zone where he's just, just now figuring it out. And it's because it's not at all the same as e-skating. There's nothing in your hands. Can you speak to that? Because when I tried to get on it used to be called a Leaf Tech, and now it's a summer board. Guys, I see you all out there talking about how great how cool a summer board looks. Will you please save your money, put it back in the economy, or do something better with it? It's a piece of trash. Am I wrong?
They're fun, but they do great. They do break if you do anything you see on the app.
Belly, what? Go ahead, get in there.
I was gonna say, you just talk about how we're talking about the Stoke of the one wheel community and how welcoming it is.
I'm all.
You can't be just shitting on the other communities like that.
No. I'm all.
That's it.
I'm all for an e-skate.
Throw the Leaf Tech under a bus, why don't you?
No. I'm all for e-skaters. I really am. I'm just telling you that Leaf Tech is a piece of trash. It's awful. There's nothing good about it. It's made from cheap plastic. It's gonna catch a. No. I won't have it.
I remember specifically when you had the board that when you got that thing in your hand, you right away were just like,
no,
ain't for me.
No.
You were ready to throw it out of your hands the moment you got it in your hands because you were like, man, if I go off this board, it's either gonna smash on the ground.
He's talking about the controller. He's talking about the controller. I mean, it was this janky piece.
The controller.
It's this janky piece of just terrible plastic, flimsy things were already moving around. So, can you speak to maybe? I'm not saying this is e-skaters, by the way, Gabe. I'm not saying this is only I'm just saying the Leaf Tech, but. Can you speak to maybe the difference of what it feels like to finally have both your hands free? Someone who's coming from I'm sure it came from, super naturally. I'm sure you didn't have to think about it anymore with your hand throttle. But now that you don't have to hold anything, what is that like?
I very, very much enjoy the fact that I don't have to hold anything. My wife, who also just started one-wheeling, she's been e-skating, trying e-skates on and off over the years. And she loves the fact that there's no remote. I love the fact that there's no remote. It's so chill. you can film, you can look at your maps, you can do things like that. That's another reason what I'm saying. One of the biggest differences in e-skate and Onewheel. Onewheel, you're more open to be more involved with the world around you. E-skating at 30, 40, 50 miles an hour, you kind of have no choice but to pay attention to only what's going on directly in front of you, which is also a perk, but it's a disadvantage when you're just trying to have a chill day, you know?
Or when you're just chilling out and you see two girls and you just try to screw around and show off in front of them, and then you send it into the pavement like a dummy. I deserve everything that I have right here. I really do. I mean, I'm hobbling around like a moron. I deserve every single bit of it. But, you know, do you think maybe that has something to do with the community, Mr. Gabriel? Because I feel like you hit it on the nail. Like, I don't know much about the e-skate community. I'm a part of some of the groups, and it seems like it's pretty easy for a conversation to get toxic, like real quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Really
So,
quick.
and so I don't know. I'm not saying that doesn't exist in the Onewheel community. It certainly does, but I'm sorry, just objectively speaking, not nearly as often. So maybe it is the freedom of the board and the exploration. It's attracting people that just want to go and have a good time. They're not necessarily like super competitive people. Maybe that's the difference in the community, at least in general.
I super agree. I definitely agree.
Well,
it's that's what brings the vibes, I think. You know, it's such. I have not been on a Onewheel ride yet that there was not just filled with super dope, super good vibes.
Belly, talk to that. I'm sure Belly can speak to that, because Belly wasn't going to ride for a while, and then he just almost got sucked in. Like there was no stopping it.
Yeah, I was sucked in pretty easily, and I kind of introduced Luch to some lo-fi music last week, where I really showed him how chill vibes.
Oh, dude, it was
when I'm
good.
riding.
It was
very
good.
slow beats, like bouncing around. Like for me, I'm all about the chillness of the ride. For me, the zen of the ride is what really attracts me to the board. So when I'm out and about and doing things, it's gonna be, for me, it's all about like those moments when you can get into that zone and like really find your like line and just find that perfect motion that you kind of lose yourself in the moment. While you're still there, you're starting to lose yourself in that moment.
But
So
you
that's
guys are
what's
scaring me.
cool about the board.
Belly, you're scaring me. You guys are getting me so chilled out. You're getting me so relaxed that you're getting me in this zone that I know I'm gonna do something stupid and not see something, and I'm gonna go bite it. So when that does happen, that's what you gear up for. Because every now and then you do get into a chill zone, and maybe you do hit a pothole you didn't see because you were looking around at a daisy or a flower or a beautiful woman or man or whoever it is. It doesn't matter. But whatever the reason, you gear up. So, what do you ride, man? What kind of gear do you use?
I use all lazy rolling. I use lazy rolling hoodies, jackets. It's great. The Kevlar line hoodie, like Bob was talking about for the motorcycles. We have pads built into them, full Kevlar line. It looks like a regular hoodie. You just throw it on instead of having to go through the whole thing of padding up. I don't wear much on my legs, and I probably should wear more leg or knee protection. But, dude, I'm trying, I don't know. They kind of just get in the way for me, and I know that's not very smart of me. Any accident that happens and my knees or legs get messed up is 110% my fault. It's not because my board nosedived all of a sudden or some dumb shit. It's because I was trying to send it and I wasn't wearing leg pads. But I won't ride without a helmet. And yeah, I mean, if it's going to be some full send shit, I'll put on that hoodie. But lately with the weather, man, I make sure I wear a helmet and gloves. Gloves are super important.
Yeah.
Yep, that's mine too. That's mine too.
Talk to me, Belly. What
pads are
Belly,
helmets and gloves.
Belly, go for it. What's the most important one?
That's my go-to. Like I literally, the one thing I never wear is knee pads. I feel like it almost inhibits the way I ride and how I can function. But I'll throw some elbow pads on when I know I'm gonna probably try something new, like trying to do a sex change or something like that, to the point where it's, you're probably going to take some spills, and my hands and arms are the things I use to work all the time. I think most of us are using these things on a regular basis to get around. I mean, my legs are important for my work too, walking around as a bartender, but for me, it's always protect the hands, protect the head. Those are the things that are gonna keep me going.
And
so.
I get it. I get it. But think how stupid I feel right now that I had ordered knee shin pad combos that showed up 2 days before taking this spill, and then of course they're sitting at my table, and I go out for a ride just thinking I just want to enjoy the breeze, and wham, shins down. Okay, this is what I'm dealing with.
I've messed up my elbow twice, and thought to the moment an elbow pad would have saved me. I mean, you live some regrets sometimes.
There's nothing. Put it this way. Look, some people say there's nothing better than catching your friend being hypocritical because it's so fun when you catch your friend just full of shit and you can call them on it. There's nothing better than wearing gear and having it save you, because yeah, it sucks 90% of the time, but the time that it does save you and you slide something out and you just go, ooh, you feel like you're bionic, and it's like a moment that it clicks. And for some reason, it did not click for me the other day, but that's okay. We're still riding. So, what is this from the social media lounge? Do we have something? Go to me, Lyle. I want to see it. Who's chiming in out there on wherever they're watching on the Onewheel Owners group or also on YouTube?
Actually, Kevin Gilbert asked Belly to share your playlist. Maybe some of those lo-fi artists. Great, hear some new tunes, especially chill tunes for ridings.
For sure, I'll
get that.
I'll put something together for sure.
Well, let us know where we can get that, homie.
I'm glad
absolutely.
I'm glad you guys said that. Let's do this. Colorado Caddy, Gabriel, dude, you've been wonderful. Is there anything that you need to promote or would like to promote? Because I just want to do whatever we can to support you. You seem like you've got the stoke that is required to ride a one wheel, and I appreciate it, man.
Right on. Thank you. Yeah, dude, I'm here to ride and just have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I am, if anybody follows me on social media, I do preach a lot about like motivation and shit. And I am a super, super determined individual. Coming from my background, I don't have any choice but to get out there and ride as hard as I fucking can to try to make something of myself. I'm my own biggest competitor. So I'm not here to be in competition with anyone. I know I've seen a couple posts talking about, and I've had a couple people asking me, like, if I'm trying to break into this as a eventual pro rider or anything like that. I'm not even thinking about that, man. I want to go to Float Life Fest just to meet everyone, and that's it, and see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? I will be at Glenwood Games. I'm really looking forward to Glenwood Games. That's in September out here in Colorado. Anyone interested in that, get a hold of Taylor Kelly. Go check out Colorado Onewheel on Facebook. That's going to be a super dope event. I'm really glad to be part of that and go have some fun out there and meet everybody. And like I said, I'm here to have a really, really good time.
Belly, hop in there. Belly, it looks like Belly's got a question for you.
Oh, I think there we go. I muted myself. Sorry. For me, I don't really have a question. I just think I'm just shaking my head because I know I heard Taylor talk about that Glenwood Games, Float Life Fest. You're absolutely right. When it comes to really, that's what I went down there to do, is like really just get in to meet the people of the community in person, and then you find out they're beyond cooler than they are over Zoom or anywhere else. They're even cooler. And that's the greatest part about the community. The fact that last year at Float Life Fest, there was over 400 riders there at one point, and you see some of the coolest things you've ever seen on Onewheels. You're just stoked to be there, and that's the thing about the community. So it's good you're definitely in on it, because it's worth it.
Kevin Gilbert, we have not forgotten about you, sir, but I do want to throw it to Lyle real quick. Everybody, we just don't want to let him go. Gabriel's wonderful. We want to keep him on for as long as we can. So Lyle, one more question before we let him get out of here.
Right, so I know you're just ripping with that e-skateboard, and what music do you listen to? I mean, we're doing maybe 20 miles, 25, but dude, you're doing 30, 40 plus. There's got to be something that's driving your eardrums.
Yeah, for sure. I don't ride without music. I see a lot of people say it's like not good to ride blasting music on portable speakers. I'm that guy. Look at me. I look like I'd be that fucking guy. So I might as well be that guy blasting my shit on the trail. Here's the thing, though. When you see me, you went and hear my music, it doesn't make sense. I listen to a lot of Bob Dylan, a lot of Bruce Springsteen, Garth Brooks, I'm a real big country fan. Older Led Zeppelin, older Beatles. Jesus, Johnny Cash, I'm a real big country fan. Eric Church, a lot of Eric Church. But then, like, sometimes the hood in me just has to get out. So, like, I'll put on, like, Brother Lynch or, like, NWA. You know what I'm saying? But then it'll switch back to Taylor Swift. So,
I can't wait. No, I need to know what it must be like to be a middle-aged woman walking her dog, seeing you fly up, listening to heavy rap, and then Party in the USA comes on.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's and people who ride with me too at first, they'll get thrown off because, like I said, I jam my music, dude. There's not a single thing in this world that I'm ashamed about myself. If I like it, I like it. I don't try to hide it from nobody. So, like, I'll be on rides with guys, and they're like, oh, you know, this and that. And then, like, Mariah Carey comes on, and I'm like, hold on, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is my shit.
She's on my playlist, too, man. She's on my playlist, too.
You know so, it's whatever keeps me happy. The faster I'm going, the slower the music I like. The slower I'm going, the faster the music. It's kind of weird. On e-skate and e-skate racing, dude, my playlists are like Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, real slow shit. And those are the songs I go 40, 50 miles an hour at.
Yeah, he's got to chill out. Dude, you can't have Rage Against the Machine blasting in your ear at 50 miles an hour. It's just a terrible, terrible idea.
Yeah, you're only going to try and go faster.
Yeah. Oh, it gets you too worked up. You know what I'm saying?
But isn't that the name of the game?
No, I like to be as chill as possible when I'm going fast.
I dig it.
I don't like to be real amped up just because that's my zone. I have to be 110% aware of everything that's going on in me. I wake up in the morning hype as shit, whether in a good mood or a bad mood. I wake up hype as shit all the time, always super, super hyped. So when I get on a board and go fast, that's my time to slow down.
Dude, you are the best. I'm gonna rock you out to get you out of here, sir.
That's a great way to put it, man.
I'm not gonna do any slow stuff getting him out of here. He's earned it today. Colorado Caddy, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, or thank you for having him on the show in the social media lounge. You've been very supportive. Thank you, dude. I really do appreciate you. We'll get you back on here because I think you've got the right attitude, and we're behind you, man.
Thank you, man. I super appreciate it. Much love to all you guys.
Bang. All right, dude, you be good out there in Colorado Springs. Thank you, Gabriel. A lot of fun today. Boy, we got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to keep it moving. Looked like maybe we had a glitch in the stream. It's back and connected, so if you did drop out for a second, we're back on here. And it's good to have you. This is a lot of fun, folks. Just flying around. I've only got a few more minutes. And so I've got to make things happen. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. All right, this one comes to us from Jan Temple across the pond. Hey, Jan, what day is it, dude? I think we all feel this a little bit.
What day is it? Could you please tell me? What day is it? I'm confused, Tuesday. Is it Sunday? No. Is it Monday? No. Is it Tuesday, Bluesday, February, Tuesday? No. Is it Wednesday?
Yeah!
Is it Thursday? Shut up! Is it Friday, Saturday, February, Saturday? Maybe it's tomorrow and maybe it's not. Maybe it's yesterday. I just forgot.
It is Wednesday, folks. It is the day for the Voice of Onewheel. Thank you, Red Boy John, at Red Boy John, Jan, like January. Jan Temple. Just the best. Thanks, bud. Now, speaking of music, Belly, I know you're on here. I want to get you in this because we have a one-wheel challenge that we need to send to the people. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Have you seen lately? The Onewheel Challenges page is prime. It's ripe. These people are ready for something. So first of all, can we pop it this week?
Yeah, sure. I'm off tomorrow, so I'm more than open to pop.
You want to do it? All right, we'll do it tomorrow. So, okay.
'Cause I work Friday and I work Saturday, and my parents are in town all weekend long for Father's Day weekend coming up. I hope all the fathers out there have some fun plans with their kids out there, so it should be a good weekend.
All right, so go ride with your dad if you can, but Belly and I are going to pop it tomorrow. You out there are going to you're going to partake in a new challenge. Now, this is not for everybody. There's probably 3 of you out there. I'm hoping that it's more than that. In fact, we'll set the over-under at 3. But Belly, I think it might not be too much more than that.
Only June Kim, is that what you're saying?
Just put it this way, if June Kim does this, I'd be thrilled.
Excellent, good.
Now, I played something at the beginning of this show, and I did it for a reason. I did a little parody song back when all of this quarantining was taking place, and we had everybody sort of send in different lines from Float On by Modest Mouse.
We'll all float on, good news is on the way.
Correct. And it was good. It was fun, but I have something a little bit along those lines. Billy, are you watching Dave on FX or Hulu at all?
I've seen Dave. I've watched a couple episodes, yeah, of Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky?
I don't know who Dave is.
Can you tell the people just a 30-second synopsis of what this show is about?
Dave is about the rapper Lil Dicky's life and times of trying to get started up in the rap game industry. And if you haven't listened to Lil Dicky's songs, they're quite unique and a lot of fun. So.
It's about
Lil Dicky.
It's about a white Jewish rapper who has a terrible dick. It's the first thing you find out about the show is that he's just got a mangled penis, and he raps about it, and he becomes huge, and he's an actual YouTube star, like he's an actual person, and he's got a producer, and he's like really talented. Now, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I used to go by Flipmunk as my rap name. I don't know if you knew that one. Just dropping that out there. I used to do a whole lot of rapping, and it really sparked something in me because To the Rescue.
Oh no.
This is where we're going. To the Rescue was my band name, and it was just me playing all the instruments and writing the songs, and then I'd be like, this is the album of To the Rescue, but it was just me. But then in college, I was in a band, and we called ourselves To the Rescue, and we played all those songs, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. But I started rapping. I mean, I went to college when Eminem was huge. Like, you can't not want to throw a little something together if you're a lyricist. So this really brought it back when I was watching Dave and I'm watching Lil Dicky. Lyle, you were telling me that the college kids love Lil Dicky.
Oh, man, they're all over that stuff.
I think it was 5 years ago I heard my first Lil Dicky song.
Okay. So I'm way late to the party. I get that. But I wanted to put something out there because I sat down yesterday and put 20 seconds into a beat. It started reminding me of a video game. Like when you get to the boss.
Yeah, it's definitely dungeon music. It's definitely dungeon music there, Glitch.
Yeah, so what I want to do, Belly, I want to put this out there and I want to ask the people, is there anybody who could spit a free about Onewheels on top of this? Can anybody rap about a Onewheel on top of this? If you think you could put a rap out there, maybe even just 4 bars, rapping on top of this, I can put it all together and you can do it from the comfort of your own home. I want you to take this beat and I want you to rap it to me. I want you to rap something about Onewheels. I'll put the first verse out. You will find it on the Weekly Onewheel Challenges group. If you're ready, and if it speaks to you, if you're a rapper, if you're a lyricist, Javier, now's the time.
Javier can.
You feel me? 3 people are gonna be like, dude. Everybody else is like, oh, this one's not for me. But if you can just rap onto your phone and send it to me, I can get this all together and make this awesome. So, we'll do that for the Weekly Onewheel Challenges.
You mentioned Javier. I don't know if you've noticed, but our boy, Javier Starks, is currently the One Wheel Wing. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you should be already. He is number 1, baby, in mileage. So congrats to Javier, bro. You earned it. You deserve it. You're a king. If we're getting out of here, because I hear the getting out of music, one more time, we got the challenge coming up. Obviously, you got to drop a freestyle beat, but if you missed it earlier, Ky from Swerve Clothing has also put out a challenge. It's to swerve and collect, hashtag. So go out there, bring a trash bag, go out and collect as much trash as possible, post it on Instagram with the hashtag swerve and collect, and you will be entered to possibly win a Stoke pack from Swerve Clothing, which I can promise you is good stuff. So
Very good.
This weekend, guys, have a good time.
Belly Matt LaBelle, killing it, as he always does. Head over to our Instagram if you want to find out who won our free tire change. We did that last week. We'll drop that by the end of the day today. So head over to our Instagram if you'd like, the Voice of Onewheel, or support the Patreon, patreon.com/TTR Studios LLC. For Lyle Spain and Belly Matt LaBelle, Lyle did an awesome job, as always, in TTR Studios Studio B. I've had a blast with all you guys. Thank you for being here. We'll see you again next week for the Voice of Onewheel. See you guys.